Hi, this is Bianca with Better Beginnings, and I am here right now with Kianna, who is an amazing doula here on the Gulf Coast, and I want to introduce her to you. So welcome, Kiki.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you for reaching out. I greatly appreciate it. And everybody, my name is Kianna, aka Kiki the Doula. I am a full spectrum doula on the Gulf Coast. I actually cover Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, as well as the Mississippi Gulf Coast with birth services. I am a wife of 20 years. I am a mom of three. My youngest lives with nonverbal autism, so I'm an autism mom. And I am also a United States Air Force veteran.
Wow, you have got a lot of things going on. That doesn't surprise me about you.
Yes.
We couldn't decide if her name was Kianna or Kiki. She says she takes both of those names, so
Yes,
that's
Kianna
great.
or Kiki the doula, whichever one.
And I just want to say I've already told Kiki I am so happy to see that we have Black doulas on the Gulf
Absolutely.
Coast. So that if that's what speaks to you and you want to have a doula that looks like you, that you have that option available. So for some
Absolutely.
people it might not matter, but sometimes it might matter. So I'm really happy about that and supportive.
Yeah.
So Kianna, how did you become a doula? Like what got you moving in this direction?
If I really think back on it, I was doulaing before I knew that was what it was. I've always been fascinated with women and how our bodies can just do the amazing things we do. And then that led for a love of pregnancy. My husband jokes and says, I've had seen every birth on television there is to see in any manner of birth there is to have it in. I love birth. And so friends would ask me questions and I would research. And, then it just came into a love of birth. But then I had a traumatic birth and I
Oh,
didn't have a birth worker. And that was with my youngest, who happens to be autistic. So there's a lot of factors that played in. But if I had the support of a doula, when I was laying on a table hemorrhaging and nobody was talking to me, I know that she would have been there to be like, okay, this is what's going on. You're bleeding, your uterus is not coming down quick enough. They're going to have to do this and this and this, instead of the nurses just saying, oh, I'm sorry, and just digging into my stomach to merely massage my uterus as I had
it,
just given birth to
it
a
makes
baby.
such a big difference. Think of
Absolutely.
doulas doing like rubbing your back or whatever, but having someone there that is just dedicated specifically to you and making sure you are well informed and know what's going on and feel comfortable, that can change your whole mental health as a mother as you
Absolutely.
take
Is the
on this
difference
new child.
between postpartum depression and not, honestly, or postpartum anxiety or mood disorders and not. Birth workers are proven to lower these rates, especially with unwanted or unneeded, cesarean sections. Doulas especially are known to lower those rates because you don't have the cascaded intervention that happens when you're alone and vulnerable in a birth space. You may be scared, your first birth especially, you don't know what's going on. A doula is there to help and guide you. We don't make decisions for you. That's not our job. I often equate it to a team. My client, her and her partner are the captains of this team. They run this team. I am a player. The doctor is a player. The nurses are player, lactation a player. And we support the team, the captains, to get their baby here safely. That's how I look at it. I'm a
Yeah.
support.
Yeah. And it sounds like you get pretty close. We were talking beforehand that about you getting so close to your clients and treating them like a sister, like you're an aunt or a sister to them that really cares about them, but also brings this breadth of knowledge of birth to their special time of their life. That's
And
great.
it's important. It's important. Actually, and in my service, we don't stop when the baby is born. You hire me as a birth doula. That's fine, honey, but you go get me till your baby turns a year. I'm with you. You may not need me every month, but you have me there as a resource. So I don't cut you off or cut you loose. I have a mama whose baby is 9 months old. We just chatted yesterday about moving up car seats and appropriate car seat safety for that baby and why turning him forward facing was a bad idea. Or another mother who was worried about feeding her baby enough or not enough. They need these resources. So I am a full spectrum doula. My wheelhouse is more birth, postpartum, separate services I provide, but I give that to my clients as I got your back. If you need me, I got you. I think oftentimes we run into issues with postpartum, particularly breastfeeding, and particularly from lack of knowledge. It's not a lack of we can't do it. It's a lack of we don't have the mental space. We don't have the education. That's where doulas come in handy. That's where IBCLCs and CLCs come in handy. Birth workers in general help birth to be better. And that's all we want for you is a better birth, a better experience than what your mother may have had. Because I'm sure you had the way you birthed was different when you had your first baby as to when you had your last.
Yep. Things are always changing. And as a doula, you kind of know you have that base of information about how birth progresses, but you also kind of know the local culture and who the resources are and getting people connected. So I love everything you're saying. I think it's great. So when you think about your clients, is there a specific style? I mean, I think you've kind of said that, but is there anything you think of what is a good fit for you, or who typically hires anything?
I tell my clients this: when you meet me, you meet Kianna. She is light and bubbly. She is all the love and the light. I am very much watch how you speak about yourself, watch the words you say, because you don't want to, taint this pregnancy negatively. You're not having a bad pregnancy. You're just having a difficult time. This is a beautiful experience right now, right? And then Kiki the doula is a different breed of woman. When she shows up to your birth, she is not playing around. I'm not playing around with the doctors in the room with you. If I feel like you're not being heard and I have to speak, it's a problem because now you're not being respected. My voice is the last voice ever to be heard in the room. When mama speaks, it is to be respected. When that child's parent, partner, whoever speaks, who's there with mom, that's to be respected. And if I have to speak on behalf of them, then we run into a situation. And I'm respectful as possible. That's the Air Force in me. But I'm gonna let you know that my client asked you not to touch her right now. Can you please remove your hands? Or my client is overwhelmed right now. Can we all just step out the room and give her a minute to speak to her partner and to regroup? And then we can discuss this later. I am big. I will kick people out your room to protect your energy. I will kick people out your house in a home birth to protect your energy because it's just that vital. And I am that big sister. I am that auntie that when we're in, my longest birth was 56 hours. When we're in there and you're looking like it's going to, you don't know where your mind is going. I'm that still voice to remind you, it is okay. Your baby is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Your body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let's trust this because you can do anything for 60 seconds. It's just 60 seconds.
So true. So true. Well, it sounds like you are doing lots of good work here on the coast, and we're so happy to have you. So thanks for taking a few minutes. I know we could talk for ages about all this stuff.
I can.
But as what I'm going to do is I will have your link here in the notes and on my webpage. And if anyone wants to reach out to you and set up an appointment with Be Fearless, which I love that name. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Then they'll know how to reach you, and hopefully we can connect clients with doulas, and everyone will have, access to a doula if they want one. So
awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me, Bianca. I greatly appreciate you and the work that you do. You are a rock star. I was recommending you before I met you today. So
now we know each other. We finally Zoomed together. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.